Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. What's good, YouTube family? I wanted to make y'all a video real quick about the fights. I wanted to give you guys one bet for every single fight on this UFC Vegas 18 card. This time, I just wanted to make this section a separate video. This isn't going to be an in-depth breakdown for every fight. Of course, on Friday, we'll still have the weigh-in recap show, and also there, I'll give you guys some parlays and some more bets. But for every single fight, I'm going to give you one bet. Let's go ahead and get this started. But of course, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. First up, we have Ketlin Sosa versus Irene Carnelossi. For me, the best bet of this fight is going to be Ketlin Sosa with the over 1.5. I think it's highly likely that she wins this fight. If you want some better odds, of course, you can go with the decision. Or, of course, any of the other winning methods. I think if Ketlin does get a finish here, it'll be later on in the fight. I also, of course, think that there's a chance of the decision here. I just think that this bet is safer, of course, than the Ketlin by decision, because Carnelossi has lost 2 times out of her 3 times she's been finished. It's been in the third. This is a rematch from a long time ago where Carnelossi the first time did get the 3rd round finish by body kick. But of course, if you go back and watch that, that's a complete different version of Ketlin here. I think if there's a finish, I think that it's late. I like the chances of the late finish as well as, you know, the decision. So that's why here I'm picking Ketlin Sosa and the over 1.5. Next up, we have Giesla Chavez versus Eunice Dubin. And for this fight, my best bet's going to be for this fight to end in the 3rd or to go to decision. Both of these women are low level, so it's really hard to go on the side and support the minus 400 on Chavez's side. She does get hit a lot and also likes to keep her hands down. To me, Chavez doesn't have that one-shot KO power like Dubin does. It's really hard for me to, you know, rely on Dubin to land the first round knockout here again. I definitely don't see Chavez getting it done in the first round either. Now, the second round could get dicey, and that's where I have a little bit of worry on this bet. But I feel like Dubin comes out to this fight a little bit more patient than usual. Chavez showed a ton of toughness her last fight. Even though Dubin got caught by a nasty head kick her last fight, I feel like here she comes out more patient and shows, of course, more durability than last time. In this fight, I do like it to be a late finish because Dubin has never been in the 3rd round throughout her pro career. But in the amateurs, she did go to decision 2 times. So I think it makes perfect sense for this fight to either end in the 3rd round or to go to decision. Next up, we have Jordan Levitt versus Jerendison Brito. And here in this fight, my best bet is going to be Jerendison Brito by finish only. The reason why I love this bet is because I think that there is a very low chance of him getting finished here in this fight. I feel like the finishing upside is 100% on his side. The only way that this bet loses is if Jordan Levitt gets a finish, which I just don't see happening. And if Levitt does win this fight by decision, then this bet will void and you'll get your money right back. So give me Jerendison Brito by finish only, and I think honestly this bet right here is a no-brainer. Next up, we have Priscilla Cachoeira versus Chelsea Chandler. And for this fight, my best bet's going to be Priscilla Cachoeira money line. And just to keep it simple, it just really comes down to the KO power here. Of course, the UFC experience and who Priscilla Cachoeira is currently training with. One of the greatest of all time in Amanda Nunes. I think her aggressive style wins this fight. And if I found somebody on the street, I still wouldn't put Chelsea Chandler as a favorite versus them. I'm going with the grittiness, the power, the experience. It all leads me towards Priscilla here. It looks like Chandler's been on that Ozempic. She missed weight twice, and in the fight that she actually made weight in, she got knocked out in the 1st round. I think with the power striking of Priscilla, she can definitely do something like that as well. And like I said, give me anything against Chelsea Chandler at plus money. I'm going to take it all day. Next up, we have Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. And the best bet for me for this fight is going to be for this fight to make it to the scorecards. I think the biggest threat here for finish is going to be Chairez's submissions, actually. But I think that Bruno Silva is able to stay safe and stay out of the submissions here of Edgar Chairez. Bruno Silva does have some finishes under his belt, but I would definitely say that it's against lower competition than somebody like Edgar Chairez, who of course is in his prime currently and is only 30 years old. I think both guys stay safe from each other's game. I'm pretty confident in this fight hitting the scorecards. I think we'll have some oh shit moments here in this fight, but overall, I think both guys are durable enough to last all 3 rounds with each other. So give me this fight to go to the distance. Next up, we have Marcus McGee versus John Yanis. And for this fight, my best bet's going to be for this fight to reach the second round. Now, I know both guys, of course, do have KO power. But if you look at their KOs, a lot of their KOs are usually in the second round or the third round. Here, I think both guys are durable enough to take each other's shots in the first round. And maybe there's a chance that in the second round or the third round, there's a finish. That's why I think the best bet for this fight is going to be for it to reach the second round and for nobody to get finished in the first. So give me this fight to reach the second round. Yanis has, of course, shown a weakness to the submission, been finished twice by submission. I just think that the first round is going to be a fill-out round. Like I said, of course, they might turn things up a little bit later, but, I think here clearly both guys are going to make it past the first round. For the next fight, we have Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. And for this fight, my best bet's going to be Costa in round 1 or 2. It's as simple as this. I highly believe that Costa gets a finish here in this fight. Matt Schnell has not shown any type of durability recently. Out of his last 7 fights, he's been finished 5 times in the first or second round. And Costa has all of his wins that are by finish in the first or second round. So give me Costa to continue the streak of Matt Schnell getting finished in the first round or the second round. I like this bet a lot. Everybody's sleeping on Costa, but he is definitely a finisher. And I feel like it's almost sure that he gets it done here to Matt Schnell. If he does not cash this bet, I think that's a very bad look on Costa. Next up, we have Iro Baranuski versus Junior Tafa. And my best bet for this fight is going to be Iwo with the under 1.5. Here, I feel like he can get it done by knockout or even by a submission, of course. He does have a background in judo, and recently in his interviews, he said that he wants to display that here in this fight. So I feel like in the first round, he's going to take Tafa down. I don't know if he gets the sub or the ground and pound because he has the option of both. Because Tafa is like a fish out of water when it comes down to being on the ground. But I feel like this is almost a guarantee here. All of Iwo's professional wins come by the first round. Instead of taking a minus 140 first round, I think just in case, there's definitely some value here still. So give me Iwo and the under 1.5, and I think it makes complete sense. Now, here's an honorable mention that I really like. I really like Iro Baranuski by sub at plus 500. I definitely understand going for the knockout by minus 150, but this is the perfect fight for him to display his submission skills here. At plus 500, I think there's complete value. So that's 100% something that I'll have to sprinkle on for sure. But I just thought that these odds here at plus 500 were completely crazy for the sub. So I wanted to mention that as well here. For this next fight, we have Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. And my best bet for this fight is going to be the Santiago Luna money line. For me, it just comes down to the explosiveness and the strength of Santiago Luna. I don't think Bryce Mitchell is going to be able to just hold him down and control him for the 3 rounds. I even think that the first round, Santiago Luna is super live to even get a knockout here. If it goes 3 rounds, I think the boxing and also the pressure of Santiago Luna will be too much. With Santiago Luna primarily being a wrestler that's conditioning his striking, I think that here, this is actually a perfect matchup for him to get into the UFC and get a big name on his resume. Because Bryce Mitchell isn't going to be a threat on the feet. He knows that Bryce Mitchell is just going to want to take him down and control him. And I just can't see a world where Santiago Luna just accepts position. I feel like he has it in him to explode off of his back if he gets there, let go of the hands and land more shots. He can definitely get a knockout in this spot or even get a decision. Santiago Luna is taking it on short notice, but he's always ready. So give me Santiago Luna money line. And he's my favorite underdog on this card. Next up, we have Faraz Ziam versus Tom Nolan. One of the 2 fights that I don't know why it's happening. But my best bet for this fight is going to be the over 1.5. I think Faraz Ziam wins this fight. If he wins this fight, I think that it's going to be by a late finish or by a decision. I think Tom Nolan's only chance to victory in this fight is going to be by a decision. So with me leaning more towards it going late or to a decision, I really like the over 1.5 here. Ziam and Nolan, of course, recently have got some finishes. Like I said, I feel like if a finish happens, it is going to be later on in the fight. Since they're both facing guys that are a similar frame to each other for the first time, if not in a very long time. I feel like the first round starts slow when they try to find each other's range. The second round is where things get a little bit more interesting, but I feel like both guys are going to be durable enough in this fight to make it to the later of the second round or to make it to the third round or even decision, of course. So give me the over 1.5 for each guy. I don't think that in this fight specifically that there's going to be an early finish. Next up, we have Brandon Allen versus Edmen Shahbazyan. And this is the other fight that I don't know why it's happening because Brandon Allen is number 4 and he's going against a guy who's unranked. But my best bet for this fight is going to be Brandon Allen money line. I feel like here he controls where the fight goes. I think his grappling threat is more of a threat than Edmen Shahbazyan's knockout threat here in this fight. Edmen Shahbazyan has never beat this type of level of competition. Every time that Edmen Shahbazyan gets a step up in competition, he fails. He didn't knock out Petrosky, which to me, that fight just showed me that the takedown threats could definitely slow down the usage of the hands. Here, I know 100% that Brandon Allen will be able to mix it up more than any of Edmen Shahbazyan's past opponents that he's won against. I feel like Edmen Shahbazyan has to get a knockout to win this fight because in this smaller cage, he's going to be getting controlled if he isn't able to get the knockout. I like the more high-level experience here and the all-around game of Brandon Allen, and I feel like here he can definitely get it done by sub or by a decision. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe because next up we have the main event of the evening. We have Belal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. And here, the best bet for this fight is going to be the Gabriel Bonfim money line at plus 105. I feel like everybody's counting out Bonfim because of his one loss to Nicolas Dalby. But since then, Bonfim has had a resurgence in his career. And this will be his second time in a row training for a 5-round fight. I like the plus money next to Bonfim's name because he has the danger factor here. He's younger by 10 years, and the momentum is clearly on his side. I think Bonfim is the most dangerous and prime guy that he's fought in the last couple of years. Of course, there's a chance that Belal Muhammad does get it done by a late finish or by decision. But one of the main reasons why I like Bonfim here, specifically at the plus money, is because when you go back to all Belal's fight and all his lines for his fights, he's typically the underdog. And if you look at all of Bonfim's fights, he is typically the favorite. So here with Bonfim as the underdog, I feel like there's value in him because I feel like it's going to be hard to get him as an underdog again to where Belal is usually the underdog. And I feel like here, at about to be 38 years old, he should be the underdog in this fight. That's why, of course, in this fight, I see complete value on Bonfim at plus money. Now, if Bonfim does switch to being the favorite, I don't see any more value in him. Of course, because of the experience of Belal. But I like this bet to close the card at plus money. Give me Bonfim. Once again, I'd like to thank y'all for pulling up on me. I hope y'all like this video. Share it with your mama, your auntie, your grandma, whoever. And if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all at the weigh-in recap video where we'll be going in all the weigh-ins and everything like that. And also, we'll go over some more parlays and bets. So make sure y'all pull up on me. I hope y'all have a blessed rest of y'all night. And y'all take care. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.